Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the webinar of the University of Ostrava. We are very glad that you found some time and that you maybe woke up, maybe you are going to sleep soon, but that you are still here with us to listen a lot of information about maybe your future and especially about the experience from the students of the University of Ostrava. Thank you for coming. First, let me introduce myself. I'm Daniel. I work at the Center for International Cooperation, and here today I have my colleagues, let's say, with me. It's Vadim from Belarus, Janina from Russia, and also my colleague from Center for International Cooperation, Markéta Mikova, who is going to tell you something about the University of Ostrava as such, but also about our city, Ostrava. But first, I would like to recommend you to not hesitate and ask us any questions during this whole 1 hour in case that something crosses your mind, or if you want to just know more information which we didn't mention maybe, or if you're just interested how the life is in Ostrava and at the University of Ostrava. Now I would like to ask my Markéta to share and to tell her story and who she is actually.
Okay, so hello everybody, and a special thank you, Daniel, for coming and be a moderator of this session, and also thank you our students to be here with us. So my name is Markéta. I work as an international officer at the University of Ostrava, and I just would like to share with you some experience and basic information about the university. But maybe in the beginning you will be interested where the Czech Republic is. So I would say that we are pretty small and beautiful country in the middle of Europe. We are bordering with other 4 European countries such as Germany, Poland, Austria, Slovakia. We have population about 10 millions, and what I would like to mention that Czech Republic belongs to one of the most safest country in the world. We have a position about 8, so I would say the Czech Republic is a really safe country. You can feel safe during the daytime and of course also during the nighttime. What I would like to mention is also some information about the Ostrava, because it's the place where you will be studying and where you will spend 2 or 3 years. It depends which of the degree program will you decide to study. So Ostrava is the 3rd biggest city in the Czech Republic. We have population more than 300,000 people. So for people from Asia, we are village, but among the other European cities and metropolis, I would say that we are like a normal or middle-sized city. Actually, Ostrava used to be very famous for a heavy industry, but now it's more a modern and cultural city. So maybe even our students later can share the experience, how they feel Ostrava and how they like Ostrava. And about the university, we are a middle-sized university. We have about 8,000 students, study at 6 faculties. We have more than 100 degree programs. Most of them are, of course, in Czech language, but we have also the degree program for the degree student like you can be in the September. So we have a degree program in English, which is and for that degree programs, we are welcoming the student from over the world. And again, I will ask later our students to share their experience, how they like the study here, what they study exactly, and so on. So, and still, if you have any questions, so do not hesitate to write to the chat, to Slido, and in the end of the session, we will try to find all answer for the question which was set.
Exactly. Well, and since you really are watching us now to hear the experience from our students, I will not take more of your time, and I will come and ask the first questions. Janina, I will start with you.
Yeah.
You are coming from Russia, which is kind of far, let's say.
Yeah, a little bit far away from here.
Can you please tell us what you are studying here, what you study here, and why especially?
Yeah, I'd love to. I study English Philology, which is absolutely a great thing to study for any single person in the world, and that's why English Philology provides you with a really big field of interests. You may study literature here, you may study linguistics, and you may study discourse, which is a fascinating thing to study. I should say you may go to media, you may go to teaching, or you may continue work at the university. Those are my reasons to come here and to choose English Philology.
And did you know something about Czech Republic before?
Of course, yeah.
Because we are, as Markéta mentioned, we are such a small country, and usually people even confuse us with some other countries somewhere far away from here. So you knew something about us?
Yeah, you're not that small country. You're the heart of Europe, yeah.
Good to hear.
So it's a very beautiful country. It's a big country, do not believe them. It's a big country in the very middle of Europe, surrounded by other wonderful countries, but even here in the Czech Republic, when you just arrive, you discover a lot of beautiful things, like many sightseeings could be discovered, many cities, yeah. I think
that we will be talking about free time later and what you can see here. But Vadim, thank you for coming to, what do you study and where do you come from?
Hello everyone, I study mathematics in the University of Ostrava. I choose mathematics because I like this subject at school. It was my favorite subject. I want to be like more on professional level in the science. And then after finishing degree in mathematics, I want to start study economics somewhere in Prague. Also, I agree.
So this is like a beginning for you first?
Yeah, of course.
Let's start in Ostrava and let's move to Prague, and it's a bigger city.
Yeah. I want to be a big star at the end, right? So, it is right. Czechia is not so a small country, as you said. Like, it's a pretty big country. I don't know why you're saying this. So,
this is what we hear actually from a lot of exchange students, a lot of foreign students.
Compared to India, United States, and
maybe compared to Russia, maybe, but still, it's not so small.
Yeah, I love it.
You mentioned that you study mathematics. Well, it may appear in somebody's mind that why would you even study mathematics? That it's something, I don't want to say useless, of course not, nothing is useless, but how would you motivate our future students? Like, what you like the most about this field, about this degree?
Firstly, nothing is useless if you like to study this, if you like the subject, if you love to be in this sphere, you know, even if it's like, I don't know, mathematics, you can earn a lot of money if you like and love this subject, if you like this sphere. So I choose mathematics because it's just the start of my career, you know. It's good to know on high level mathematics, like a science, to be a good economist in the future, you know. That's why I choose.
Yeah, Nina, and we all know that English language as such is something which you have to have, you have to have some skill today. Without English, I know it's a bit extreme if I put it like this, but without English language you cannot do almost anything these days. Yeah. So
true.
How would you, how would you motivate the students to choose English, or what makes it interesting? Because they study English at their secondary schools, high schools, they're like, why would I go to university to have some other knowledge?
Yeah.
Why, maybe it's because of professors or teachers?
Yeah, of course. That's one of the reasons I really enjoy studying here, because all the professors, they pay like really a lot of attention to what do you do, how do you study, and to your interests, like personal interests. For example, I would like to study discourse and I would like to have an international experience in it. And my supervisor is providing me with all the possible materials and my opportunities. She even explained me today early in the morning, like, how do I use our library? Because it's not just the library or the faculty library. I can also borrow books from other countries and they will be delivered. Yes, they will be delivered right here. For free.
Well, I'm a student here for some time and I didn't know
You're
about
welcome.
it before. Well, good to know.
Yeah, and of course English, it's like a really popular subject, but still it's one time and forever subject. You study it once and it serves you till the rest of your life. Yeah.
Margen, maybe you could tell us something about like what you can become after graduating from English philology or mathematics, or what else can we study at the University of Ostrava in English?
Yeah, of course. So maybe I will start and introduce the degree program, which are in English. So I just would like to say that what Vadim, he studies a bachelor level, and Jadina, she studies a master level. So you can study the bachelor, which is underground, and for that level you can choose between English philology or mathematics. And for graduate level, it means it's called master here in Czech Republic. You can again follow with English philology, mathematics, and also you can even choose between two specializations in mathematics. So mathematics as such, or a fuzzy mathematics. And I would like to also introduce a new degree program which we had from Faculty of Fine Arts and Music, and the new degree program is a chamber music. And I would say it's pretty unique degree program among other universities in the world, and is designed for the musicians, so for the people who has even some, for example, education for a bachelor level, and they would like to continue specialized for the chamber music. This degree program will be pretty small, so we are expecting to take only about 6 people, so you will be, I would say, the small group with the individual approach, so you can be a pianist, we can play viola and whatever you want. And so we don't have any student here because this degree program was new for last year, so probably next year there will be one more chair with some student from the chamber
Maybe somebody
music.
from those who are watching us
Yeah,
right now,
so
right?
if there is any piano player or violist, so just go to our web or contact us and we can share with you more experiences. So to answer your question in the beginning, so what you can be after the graduating of mathematics, of course, so there is lots of the part that you can work, so you can work in industry, government, of course, education, and also I think it's connected with the business and, for example, the accounting. I just would like to mention, so for example, here in Ostrava there are lots of international companies. So for example, last week we have even one student from the mathematics, and he's already working. So I think you cannot be afraid that you will not find any good position for you.
Actually, it's a good point, right? This is my other question for my student, or for our students, sorry. Do you have some part-time job, or are you working somewhere at the same time when you're studying, Janina, for example, you?
Yeah, I do work.
Well, that doesn't sound very happy.
Well, it's like, no, it's engaging, but it's like you need to combine both your studies and your work here. And yeah, it takes some time to get used to all the bureaucracy around it, but it's really easy if you're a student. You are allowed to work without any additional permissions. It's very convenient. And you may just come somewhere where you would like to work and start working immediately afterwards.
It's very nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's easy.
it is.
And what do you do then? Where do you work? Sorry.
I teach English and I do the copywriting. So I write articles and I teach. That's it.
And not only, right now you are helping us at our Center for International
Yeah,
Cooperation,
yeah,
right?
that's
So
true.
that's another one. Well, we'll talk about your free time later because it sounds
Yeah.
that you don't have any. Vadim, what about you? Do you have some part-time job, or are you looking for something? Or?
I'm looking for a job, and yeah, I found something in botanical garden. It's a job. It's a botanical garden on the University of Ostrava. Here, like, especially if you like plants, it's like just a job for you because it's focused on just working with plants, just like take care of them. Pretty good salary per hour.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, for botanical garden. And
Actually, do you have some Czech language skill? I mean, how would you rate yourself? Beginner, or you don't understand anything, or you have some basic?
I'm not even the beginner. I started the language, but still, I have a lot of exam. I study a lot. I want to be like a good student, you know. That's why, like, for Czech lessons, I will have time in summer after finishing the summer semester.
Because what I wanted to say is that even though you don't have such Czech language skill and you are like really foreigners who came here to study, you didn't have such problems to find a job, right? I mean,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
you had to do something for it, you had to search, nobody gave it to you like this for free, but in the end you were successful, so it's very nice.
So I just would like to mention that those students, so you basically, or if you are a student or you would like to become students and you are from out of European countries, so you have to ask for a long-term residence permit for purpose of studies, which is this is the type of the visa, and you apply in your country, and there is no limitation with the work, so you can work without any like hours limitation, age limitation, so you have access to the labor market. And I would say at the moment the situation is pretty good, that we have more like a available position, that people like searching for jobs. So, and even like I mentioned, still we are third biggest city, and there are, I don't want to say lots of, but there are I would say there are a lot of the international companies. So I believe that even that you are not native speaker of Czech language is not a barrier at all.
That's
And
definitely good
still
to
there
know.
are like a work like what Vadim said, that for example you can take care about the plants, and you don't have to talk to them much.
Yeah.
That's
So-
true, yeah.
So of course for example students of English philology, it's usually the easiest way, because you can teach English, but still we have students of mathematics working in the IT and so on.
Yes, the IT companies usually accept people from mathematics.
Or they are happy for the people with
yeah.
the skills.
And as Vadim said, the salary is kind of nice there too, especially in this IT field. Actually, this is another topic which I wanted to talk about. There are students who are rich, there are students who are not that rich, there could be students who come from poor families, and it's absolutely fine, and everybody should have the same opportunities, let's say. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you how much money you have, but I wanted to ask, did the, or does the university help you somehow? I mean, do you get some scholarship, or Vadim, what about you, for example?
I have a pretty good scholarship. I can say how much, if it's okay.
Yes, yes, of course.
In euros, it's 600 euros. And this scholarship is for the support of Belarusian people. I'm very thankful for this. Without this scholarship, it will be almost impossible to study here. So thank you a lot, University of Ostrava. I also wanted to add about the job, that, for example, it's much easier to find a job because there's buddies from VSN program who is helping you in such questions. For example, my buddy found this vacancy on botanical garden. So I wasn't even looking, and already I have a part-time job with a good salary.
That's good to know. Actually, we didn't know about this, or at least I didn't know that ESN helps so much that they would even try to find a
Maybe
job.
we have to thank them.
We have to think, yeah.
So
definitely.
maybe I just would like to add that we have even the portal. It's it's called Job Teaser, and it's a unique portal for our students and also the alumni. And it is basically the portal where are I would say located, where are the position on offer. So once you became our students, you will have access to the portal, and you can check it which position are available at the moment.
Yeah, we recently had a job fair, right?
Yeah, and
For
of
2
course,
days.
yeah,
Last
yeah,
week,
yeah.
yeah.
I think even last week
Last
was
week,
was it yeah, job fairs, and even there are lots of the companies who are hiring the students and alumni. So
And those companies are sometimes or almost usually international, so they
Yes,
don't mind if the language is Czech or English or even something else. Yeah, they are very happy.
So just summarize that of course you can work. There are no limitation, and it's up to you if you can combine somehow the studies and the free time. But here you can see that is it possible, and so that's I wanted to say that you know, even you can help your parents and earn some money, or or even a bit to be independent and be here.
Janina, what about you? Did you get some scholarship from the university?
Not yet, but I'm applying for the scholarship next year because I need to have like about 50 credits to do that. But I'm applying for accommodation scholarship, which will help me to pay for my dormitory bed. And I'm applying for one more scholarship, which is available for all the international students of any program at our faculty.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really great. And it's like a really good scholarship, I should say.
Do we offer some other scholarship, Marka? Maybe you know?
Yes, of course, we have those accommodation scholarship, which can get every student living out of the Ostrava. It's actually about 8,000 Czech crowns, so it's approximately 300 euro per year.
Could be.
Then, of course, you have a scholarship for the great study results, and even I would like to mention that we have a extra scholarship for mobility. So maybe we will talk later. But if you decided to go somewhere abroad as an exchange student, the University of Ostrava will support you with a pretty fun scholarship. And yeah, and something what I really would like to add, that there are even some other, for example, government scholarships. So if there is now some people watching us for Georgia or other countries among the world, that, for example, the student from Georgia can be supported with the scholarship, and it's for the future. It's for future students who will decide to study mathematics as a follow-up master degree program. So there is this scholarship. So, but regarding the scholarship, anytime you can contact me, and I believe that we will find some option and solution which will fit you.
We were, guys, talking about this, let's say, important stuff and unnecessary stuff, let's say. But there is one more thing I want to talk about, because I think it's related to all the students who are watching us, because they are usually from outside European Union. Janina, this question will be especially for you, because you come from Russia.
Yeah.
And as we know, Russia is not part of the European Union. So that means the demands, how to get here, how to become almost a citizen, how to become a student of the Czech Republic, could be a bit, I don't want to say tricky, but definitely you have to do something for it. Of course, I'm talking about the visa procedure. So could you please tell us how you went through it? Was it easy? Was it difficult? What you had to do?
Well, for me, it was quite easy and enjoyable, first of all.
Enjoyable?
Yeah.
Visa, oh my, this is the first time I hear that visa procedure is enjoyable.
Really, yeah, it is.
But it's
'cause
amazing.
It's bureaucracy. I love bureaucracy. Yeah, and it was really easy to accomplish because first of all, you need to be accepted to the university, of course. But afterwards, you just collect all the documents. It's a list of documents, really easy to collect, and you apply to the embassy. You wait for a while, you get a call for the interview, and you get your visa. It took me a couple of months, I believe. A little bit longer than usual, but it still was very fast, and everybody was so cooperative and welcoming. Just everything was very clear and fast.
So probably the most important part is to read carefully what you have to bring, right? To have all the documents, especially the originals, and then just go there and don't miss the appointment, right? Because the queues are long. And that's it.
Yeah, and you get your visa.
That's amazing. I think this applies for almost all the out of European Union students. Marketa, do you want to add something to the visa procedure?
I just would like to add that maybe now the students are a little bit confused that, okay, once I will get the visa, usually the visa is issued for 1 year. And every extension, but the next extension, so for example, for Janina, she don't have to travel back home and she can ask for extension here in Czech Republic. So if you are, for example, from the other part of the world and you don't plan to go for the summer gap, for summer holiday back home because the plane ticket is pretty expensive, you don't have to, you can just stay here because the visa extension can be done here like pretty easily in Czech Republic. And of course, maybe you said, okay, collect some documents, how to collect. anytime we have a specialist in the faculties, even in the Faculty of Fine Arts and Faculty of Science, that they are able to help you, and they know all the procedure. They will send all the, because you need basically the original document, so you will get the original document from the university. So even like Janina said, you just take the papers and bring to embassy.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Just make sure everything is correct.
yeah. Just
Yeah,
check it
yeah.
maybe
Sometimes.
twice or 3 times.
More times maybe.
Yeah, and maybe ask your parents
And
to
don't
check
miss
it
the
once more.
deadline.
Yeah, and don't miss the deadline. We have even some experts who miss the deadlines. It's not a problem at all, but you have to wait for next appointment, which can take
Even months.
even
Yeah.
2 months, because usually
Depends.
the embassy are pretty busy during the summer times.
Sometimes you don't really need to wait. You may just come there and wait in a like among living people,
Yeah.
and just wait for a free space there, or a
Yeah.
free window.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Anyway, let's move from this formal yet important topics. And Vadim, I have a very nice question for you. What do you do in your free time here at the University of Ostrava, or in Ostrava, or in the Czech Republic? Because we know that the student life is not only about studying, going to school, working hard, but it's also about living those best years we have still, right, Marketa? And and it's important to have fun and to find some friends. And so, what do you do? What would you recommend those future students who are coming to Ostrava?
I will start again talking about my body, but like we already are like a good friends with my body. So I have only one classmate, which is pretty sad, but still
There will be
he's
more.
like
It's fine.
probably will be. Always it's Erasmus students, also classmates, but like short friends, not for a long time. So we have like our small group, always visiting some like places in Ostrava. So for example, there were a lot of city tours organized by I don't know especially who, but I think also ESN program, or just from the University of Ostrava, like excursions in the middle of the city. Also, we were at the highest point in Ostrava. I think like it's a hill or mountain. I don't know how is it called correctly, but also very beautiful view from here. Like also I have a lot of friends from African cities,
African cities.
African countries.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, but a lot of mathematicians are from African countries. Like I wasn't surprised, of course, but still, I was looking for someone. I was waiting for someone like from Europe, because it's in Europe, this country, and there are a lot of guys from different countries from all over the world, from Asia also. It's my classmate.
So do you have this feeling that you are more like international group?
Of course, international group.
That you don't feel alone, or
There is no one from.
There is no one from the
No
Europe.
one Russian speaker or someone who can speak at least like kind of Russian, only English. No one who can speak with me in my native language. So yeah, I'm international student, an international group, international mathematician.
That's good. Janina, what about you? What do you do in your free time?
Oh,
Do you have also international group of friends or the circle, or you are more in touch with Czech
well,
students?
mostly I spend my time with Czech students. Recently been to the cinema. It was really nice because we were watching Morbius, and it was in English and with the Czech subtitles. So sometimes you can find such options here. So yeah, we usually like take a walk through the city or going somewhere. Yeah, I always have time for that.
I think that Marketa, you were talking at the beginning, you were talking about the free time. You said that you will want to mention something later, that we are the third biggest city, yet we are surrounded.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, there's one of the option that we are surrounded by mountains. So during the summertime, I think it's nice to have a walk or hiking there, and even during the winter time, the skiing in the Beskidi Mountains it's really nice. And even I think there is lots of things to do in the city. and even the university is still doing some activities. Like, for example, I just would like to mention that in the autumn there was the ice hockey match between two biggest universities, because in Ostrava we have also the other university. So I think you can even tell us your point of view, but I would say that Ostrava is pretty young city. There is lots of young people and students. And of course, for example, I just would like to mention the Colors of Ostrava, which is a pretty famous festival for over the world. And I hope it was cancelled because of COVID last 2 years, but I hope that this year, in the beginning of July, that we will meet everybody again in the music festival Colors of Ostrava. So, but maybe I think it's even connected. Where do you live? Because usually you have your close friend if you live in dormitory. And
That's a good question, actually. Where do you live, guys? Where do you sleep?
I will start. I live in the dormitory, Jan Opletal dormitory. I was surprised because it's a low price for the dormitory. With my scholarship, it's pretty easy to live in such place. Also, it's 3 minutes to the university. I'm waking up, 10 minutes, I'm brushing my teeth, and I'm at the lecture.
You are never late.
I'm never late, just never. Yeah, it's a nice placement. There's shop just close to the dormitory, also in 2 minutes. I like it a lot.
It's a university dormitory,
Yeah.
right?
University dormitory, Jan Opletal.
And do you have some flatmate or roommate,
Yeah,
or you have
roommate.
your own room, or?
Yeah, roommate from Russia. Before I had a roommate from Lithuania, but he moved to the personal apartment. So yeah, now we live together. We decided to stay together without third neighbor. So we now pay a bit more for 10 euros, but it doesn't really change
Yeah,
something.
it's still kind of cheap.
Like,
Janina, do you have the same experience or the same situation?
Well, pretty similar. I live a little bit far away from the city center. It's the edge of the city, I can say, but it is surrounded with mountains. So I open my window and I can see mountains from my window.
And the fresh air.
Yeah, and the fresh air is actually, it's an awesome district. It's called Poruba, and the dorm is right there. I live alone in my room. I pay a little bit more than all the other students, but I do enjoy it. It's very comfortable and it's really enjoyable. You know, it really was my dream, those mountains.
So do you think that it's affordable by international students? I mean, if you compare it, for example, to Germany, studying in Germany.
Totally.
Totally.
yeah,
It's
it's affordable, much cheaper, I think, in Czech Republic. Yeah.
I think it's one of the biggest points why to study in the Czech
yeah,
Republic,
I think
right?
that's
Because
one of the early advantages among the other European cities, that we are pretty cheap, but even still for that money that you can get high quality education, that even the costs, I would say the cost of the living are pretty cheap, even the accommodation. And maybe what I would like to mention, that the transportation is really cheap, and I would say even that's user friendly, that it's going on time. So
oh yes,
we
it's a
do
huge
really have
advantage.
the list, and you know if there is written that the bus is going 10:15, this means it's really going 10:15. And so that's, I think that's life here. The life here is pretty good.
Yeah, and speaking of this transport system, you know, when I came to Prague for the first time, it was really complicated to buy a ticket, like a tram ticket. I was wondering how does this work?
Yeah.
And here in Ostrava, you may just get to the railway stations, or you may just get out of the airport and it works with your Visa or MasterCard. So you may just get to the bus and you may pay with your card. That's really digitalized city, and they really love that.
Yeah, that's true, that you just have your credit card in the pocket and you just pay with the card everything, and you don't have to buy some tickets. And
But if you will decide on that, it's really cheap because you have your Isaac card and you may use it. You may get a real discount, and not only for transport, in many places across Ostrava.
There is also some discount provided by ESN, I think. You mentioned before the
ESN
interview.
card. Also, not just a discount card, they're also giving you a Vodafone SIM card without any deposit. I know that some students should pay a big deposit, like to start use a SIM card. I wasn't paying anything. I just came here, paid 150 crowns, not a lot, and already started using SIM card. I already had like my phone number, also ESN card with discounts. I don't remember all of them, but for example, on Ryanair, if you like to travel a lot, if you have like some free time, you can travel. There's 15% discount for avia tickets, right? For Ryanair. Flixbus also, if you want to travel. I think what like ESN card discounts focused on traveling.
Yeah, that's
Especially.
exactly, yeah, because actually this is another reason why students come to Ostrava, because the location is amazing. I mean, you are very close to Vienna, very close to Katowice, Krakow. I mean, Austria, Poland, and those are the international airports where all the flights and cheap flights are, right? And sometimes the students come and then you don't see them again because they are still traveling around Europe, especially. Yeah, yeah, with all the discounts.
Yeah, also really close to Warsaw, 4 hours on train. I was in Warsaw while I was like when I moved here. I was in Warsaw for a couple days. It was very fast. I thought it will take much more time.
No, it's very fast.
Go,
Yeah.
yeah, like in Europe, less trains. Not as in Belarus.
And I'm going Italy in May.
Oh,
I need to boast too.
of course.
Okay, yeah, I'm going Italy, and it's like about 8 hours from Brno. And first of all, I traveled to Brno. It's a really wonderful city to just take a look around. And when I go to Italy, enjoy Italy, and then get back. And you may go to Poland as well, which I'm going to do as well, because Tokyo Hotel, one of my very favorite bands, are giving a concert.
They are going to be there.
Yeah, and it's just imagine like 1 hour from here to there.
Yeah,
really
that's
convenient.
I will mention in the beginning that the position is really great, and you can easily visit other European countries, which is, I think, great for Asia people, because you know, usually if you are in India, it's far away to travel to other country, but here it's 20 minutes and you are in Poland, it's 30 minutes you are in Slovakia, 2.5 hour you are in Vienna in the main train station. So I think the traveling is really easy, and now it's looked that the situation will be better with the COVID, so we can again travel without any limitation. Hope so.
You want to get really jealous. My friend is flying to Morocco, from Ostrava to Morocco, or from some
From
local
Ostrava
airport.
to Morocco, there is a straight flight.
Yeah, 35 euro there and back.
From Ostrava, from the airport.
Right.
So
We are going
so
by...
now we have some, I would say, a traveling window. Okay, so back to the studies, guys. We don't have much time because I can see that we have about 10 questions in the Slido. So what we have to cover more?
Actually, I think that we covered the most important things, because those were the most important questions usually people ask for, or they want to know the answer. To be honest, I don't see what you see, Marketa, so it's very difficult.
That's my secret.
I don't want to take the questions from your mouth, but yeah, I think that we
So
covered...
maybe I just would a little bit talk about the admission procedure, because now the student can be, or future student can be confused where to start. We talk about the visa, we talk about traveling, we talk about the exams. So first of all, I hope that you will agree, you have to choose the degree program. So like I mentioned, we have mathematics, English philology, Farsi mathematics, and for a new we have a chamber music. So you choose the program, you fill the application. So the application is online, so you don't have to, you just, you know, do it through the web. You pay the fee for application. There are some, you know, changes. So every faculty has a little bit different, but usually the fee for application is about 20 euros. Then you send the additional document, because as you know, we don't have an entrance exam, so we don't ask you to travel here just to write tests and then go back. So for Janina, you had to pass the certificate, if am I right?
Yeah.
So for English philology, we required the language certificate, and you can choose between
IELTS or TOEFL.
TOEFL. Yeah, exactly.
Just two of those.
So you pass the certificate, and then you send your certificate from your previous study. So you had a bachelor, so you send your bachelor diploma. And for mathematics, we don't require any language certificate. There is only the Skype interview with the head of the department of the mathematics. It's actually not that anybody will test you about the linear and so on. It's just about I would say it's a friendly talking about your motivation, why you would like to study mathematics. So then the University of Ostrava will evaluate all the documents, we will do the recognition of the previous education, and again the process costs about 30 euro, but it's pretty fast and easy because we have the institution accreditation, so our study department can do it. Then you will get a letter of acceptance, and then you will manage the accommodation, and with the contract you can ask for visa. So, and when you get the visa, you will arrange the health insurance, and that's all. Just buy the ticket, and we will welcome you here in the University of Ostrava. So, okay, and now let's go to the questions. What do we have? So, first question: can I go there without IELTS? So it's like we talk about now. So the IELTS certificate you need only for English philology. So
Right.
if you decided to study mathematics or chamber music, you don't need any language certificate. We just recommend to have a English level about B1, B2 for smoothly, I would say, understanding, and your studies will go fine. There is other question. I'm 42 years old, and can I go there without IELTS? So again, IELTS is necessary only for English philology, and
Otherwise, the age is just a number,
and
right?
the age
So
is just a number, and we don't have any limitation with the age, so we simply welcome all the students from over the world with any age. There is next question. I have a 6-year study gap. Will I able to apply? Study shouldn't have no age limit, should it? So the question simply, we don't care if you have any gap. Even I would say if somebody have 1 year gap in the year, it's better because you have already your diploma and all the process is faster. But even if you are still studying the secondary education and you will finish in June, July, it's still fine. When you finish, you will send us your diploma.
Yeah, and diploma, we need to mention nostrification procedures. Yeah.
Yeah, actually that's true, and it's depend from which is your country of origin, or especially where was your diploma
Issued.
Yes, issued. That's the word. Thank you. So, for example, from people from Russia, there is only the verified copy.
Verified copy needed. Yeah.
For example,
translation.
from people, translation to the English or Czech. For the students from India, there is, for example, we need apostilla. If you are from Bangladesh, you need the super legalization. So I have here this 5-7 pages, and you know every country has a little different, so I will not read all this condition, but you can contact me anytime, and we will check it together. Okay, let's continue with other question. How to join the webinar? I think it's too late to answer. but don't worry, actually the webinar will be recorded and you can still watching in YouTube. And it's our second webinar, so you can watch our first webinar, which was in the February. and now we have this spring webinar. So
Actually, there was another student, right, from mathematics.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you want to hear more experience, or if you want to hear another story from someone who was from Iran, I think,
Yeah, I think
right,
Iran,
then you can watch it later on YouTube. Yeah.
So next question is about the visa. So may I take enroll after getting the visa? So again, if you're out of European countries, you need a visa. Actually, I think we talk about visa a lot. I don't know why it's this visa everybody are afraid, because even I don't think it is so difficult. Yeah,
Sometimes embassies just like they don't have the special list with just all documents. You like bring in documents and they're like saying, "Where's those documents?" And you're like, "Which documents? What are you talking about?" And I thought, for example, that I already prepared everything, but they told me that I didn't. So it takes a lot of time, and you just should start as much early as you should.
yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
a very
Yeah,
good
yeah.
piece of information, or good
But even we have even a
advice.
student who didn't start in advance and they come later, and it's not a problem at all, because we know that that even the academic year start in the middle of the September, about 20th of September, but we had a student who arrived in the October, November. I think even the ARA
Yeah, he arrived
arriving
later. Yes,
later in
yes.
December, January. So it's not a problem, as I know mathematicians have you first have like a studying online, or some like even online.
Yeah,
and
we had like first
yeah.
lectures were online for people. My classmates arrived here in October, at the end of October. For example, my roommate, who's not mathematician but still here, right, at the end of this, no, at the beginning of December.
So yeah, so I would say we
If
are
you-
pretty flexible with this, and we
Yeah,
know
we
that
understand that it's not so easy
yeah,
always.
so you don't travel here like 15 minutes by public transport, so sometimes it needs some time. So actually, to answer the question, first you have to ask for visa and get the visa, and then you can enroll the university. Is there any opportunity to have a scholarship for the undergraduation program, or to reduce the tuition fee? So I think we even a little bit talk about the scholarship. So every faculty has a little differences with the scholarship, but basically all the students can get accommodation scholarship, and we have also
I think there is a scholarship for good marks. I
Yeah,
mean, if you are a
good study
really,
results.
really good student, and if you present it, then you can get some scholarship for this.
For this, yeah,
Mm.
that's true.
Good
So
outcomes.
with the scholarship, it's I think better, or the best solution, to write me, for example, email, and we can check it together, which are the possibility.
I think, but to answer like this last part of the question, I think that we cannot reduce the fee, right? I mean, the tuition fee. That from some
actually
amount we cannot make it like half out of
actually we
nowhere,
are
right?
not we are not the market somewhere in
Yeah, we are not. Yeah,
so
It is what it is.
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah.
This is strict Europe. We cannot work with
That's
that.
true. So that's the German style. So we are not actually used to reduce the tuition fee, but
we
still,
try to help the
we
students with
start
all
to help
the
and still try to find a
scholarships.
solution. And even like we said in the beginning, that lots of students are working, so even you can you can do your best and try to earn some money and help your parents or sponsor to pay for the tuition fee.
And the Faculty of Science has really like great lists of those scholarships.
Yeah, and even my colleague is preparing at the moment the list of the scholarship for the web, osu.eu. So even there will be some summarize which of the scholarship you can ask, and even sometime you can check it. For example, your government, if there is any scholarship. Okay, so do you have dormitory accommodation for the degree students? So we have already answered. We have the dormitory operated by University of Ostrava. It's called Jan Opletal Hall of Residence. It's a dormitory that Vasim is living. Actually, I just would like to mention that the dormitory has really great location. It's close to the Faculty of Science, and also it's really close to the city center. I would say it's 10 minutes by walk.
So even after a very hard, difficult night, you will be
Yeah.
always able to walk.
Studying somewhere.
Studying somewhere, yeah, by the river.
So you can, the position is really nice. And we have also our partner dormitory, which is, for example, in Poruba, or there is, of course, still opportunity and chance that you can rent apartment, and you can, for example, live with other students in the apartment. It's pretty up to you. I would say the dormitory, it's the concentration of the parties.
Of the students,
of
you
the
mean?
students, and
Who told you?
yeah. Maybe I have never been a student.
Little information.
So it's up to, but and actually we are used to reserve some places for the degree student, because of course we know if somebody is from India and it's 4,000 kilometers, so he will probably ask for the dormitory. Okay, again there is a question. My wife wants to study there. Can I go with her on depend visa or spouse visa? So I would say nice husband following the wife.
Taking care.
Yeah, I think there is some opportunity that if the husband and wife are together, there is some special visa. But to be honest, I had never experienced with that. So maybe I will ask you to write me email, and I will check it with my colleague, and she is a visa specialist. So. So there is a question that it's probably Kai that don't have a legalization certificate. Can I apply? So you can apply, and you have still some time to have your document. So actually maybe we have to tell the important things that at the moment is the admission period, so you can apply. For example, the deadline for mathematics will be the end of April, so you have still 17 days to apply. For English Philology is the middle of the May, so you have it's 15 May, so you have one month to apply. And so you have still, let's say, 1 month or 70 days for the documentation, and even we can accept it if you send your documents a little bit later. So so you still can do it. But anyway, if you, we require, or it's the condition to have your document like a certified, for example, with the apostilla, or even only the verified copy.
Just first step, let people know you are interested. Find this button, apply now. Yeah.
This big button, apply here.
Now, yeah. Yeah. So design the deadline. So there is other question regarding the deadline of application. So you have still chance to apply. So that's the important question. And academic year start in the September, so now it's time to apply. And when is the finish of the application period, there is the period for visa and getting other documents, for example, to collect all the necessary documents, and then you can start your studies in September. So maybe there will be more questions we will not answer, but you still you can contact me or contact us anytime at the email admission@osu.cz, or you can just write me an email, and I will be happy to answer you, to help you if something was not clear or you would like to have more information.
Yeah, because I would just add that every student situation is individual, right, or specific, and every email is replied.
Yeah.
If it makes sense, and yes, it really depends if you have this legalization, right? If you have this diploma, if you have this certificate, everything is evaluated or checked properly, and it's done by Markéta actually from the first moments. And don't hesitate to contact Markéta and just send and explain your situation, because it's never too late, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's
of
never
course.
too late.
And even we have a study department, so all the diploma I'm like forward to the study department. They will check it, and then you can send the original. So I would say that every situation we can somehow solve, and we are here, of course, to help you, because we know that for all of you, it's like if your first time to apply, and maybe you can be confused, and you need some advice. Okay, so we have 5 minutes. So some, I would say, last words to our future students, or some.
Okay, so come check it out yourself. It's really fabulous. And you can find like around 3 Ferraris in the city. And after you will graduate from this university, you're going to have your own.
So
Oh
it
my,
was
that's
even
great.
poetic.
Yeah.
I can only say that don't be afraid. You think that you can't do it, like you can't study abroad, but it's not a big like deal. It's literally easy to start study in different countries, to get a good education, and like to start your good, nice career. That's all. Don't be afraid.
Thank you so much, guys, for these last words, I would say. Markéta, would you like to add something? Or
I just maybe would add again the email, so admission@osu.cz. If there's anybody from Turkey, we would like to invite you.
yes.
That the day after tomorrow we are leaving to Turkey, and we will be like physically.
Yes, this weekend.
This
yeah.
weekend we will be Saturday, Sunday in the Istanbul in the fair. So if we just cross the Istanbul, even you just came to visit us and
Yeah.
say hello, and we will be really happy to
Or if
see
somebody
you.
from Turkey is watching us right now, you can come and visit us. We'll be standing there, we'll be waiting for you.
Yeah.
We'll be handing out some nice things, some nice gifts, right?
Yeah.
We are taking with us.
And
University.
I would just agree with what said Janina and Wazim. It maybe sounds like it's something impossible to study abroad, but it is not. It's up to you. And but I believe that you will have experiences which will never, nobody will take you, and that will be like for whole life, and you will never forget.
Thank you so much, Markéta, and especially thank you guys. Thank you that you took this free time from your hands, since you are working and you are studying so much and so hard to get this Ferrari, you know, and all the bonuses. Thank you that you came here. Thank you for sharing with our students, and good luck with your exams. Make it until the very last and until your graduation.
We will need that luck.
I would
Yeah.
like to thank you also that you were watching us. I hope that you learned something new. As Markéta said, if you are somewhere nearby Turkey, come to visit us during this weekend. Otherwise, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, on YouTube. You can watch this later if you missed some part. Contact us anytime. And as we always say, your journey starts here. So good luck and thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.